Hi and welcome back to another series where we rate cars on a scale of 1 to 10. And today we have a list of 5 cars and that 2 strong hybrid cars that we're going to talk about in this video. And we're going to rank them according to obviously the engine of theirs, the mileage that they deliver and the features that they have and obviously the safety that they get. So let's start with car number 1, which is the Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara. And yes, you can buy the Delta Plus strong hybrid variant for rupees 19.02 lakh on road Delhi. So let's start talking about the engine of the car. Now it gets a 1.5 liter strong hybrid petrol engine, and this engine gives a combined power output of 114 bhp and 141 Nm of peak torque. And just because of that, we are going to give it a 7 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the mileage of the Grand Vitara, the company claims about 27.97 kilometers. That's the ARAI claimed range of this. And yes, it definitely delivers this kind of mileage. So we are going to give it a 9 out of 10. So let's talk about the features of the Grand Vitara. Now, in this variant, you will get a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system that has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Apart from that, you get automatic climate control, you get rear AC vents, you get cruise control, a push button start, you get connected car technology, a reverse camera with parking sensors, and you also get a 4.2-inch TFT instrument cluster as well that displays a lot of information about the vehicle. And since the feature list is slightly long and there are enough features in this vehicle, we are going to give it a 8 out of 10. Now let's come to the safety of the Grand Vitara. Now it gets 6 airbags, it gets an electronic stability program, that is your ESP, you get hill hold assist ABS with EBD. Apart from that, you get tire pressure monitoring system, you get ISOFIX child seat mount, rear parking sensors and a reverse camera. And yes, we are going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now let's come to car number 2, which is the rebadged version of the Grand Vitara, and this is known as the Toyota Urban Cruiser Hyryder, and you can buy the S hybrid variant for rupees 19.78 lakh on road Delhi. Now obviously this is slightly expensive than the Grand Vitara, but let me talk about the engine of this. So you get the same 1.5 liter strong hybrid petrol engine that comes with a lithium ion battery pack and obviously a motor because it's a hybrid car, and the power output also remains the same, about 114 bhp of power output and 141 Nm of peak torque. And since the engine remains the same, we are going to give it a 7 out of 10, just like we gave the Grand Vitara. Now, if we talk about the mileage, again, since the engine is the same, obviously the mileage also remains the same. It is about 27.97 that is claimed by the company. And yes, you get a pretty decent amount of mileage in the city and highway in this car. So again, a 9 out of 10 for this. Now, if we come to the feature list over here you get a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system that is slightly bigger than the Grand Vitara, and you also get, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Rest, everything remains the same. You have automatic climate control, rear AC vents, push button start, reverse camera with parking sensors, and yes, you also get foldable ORVMs and a rear armrest as well. And yes, because it has a little extra feature than the Grand Vitara, we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, if we come to the safety, this gets 6 airbags as standard. You get vehicle stability control, hill hold assist. You also get ABS with EBD, a tire pressure monitoring system, and ISOFIX child seat mounts. And also, as I mentioned, rear parking sensors with a reverse parking camera. So, a 7.5 out of 10, we are going to give the safety rating for the Toyota Urban Cruiser Hyryder, that is the hybrid variant. Now, let's come to the car number 3, which is the Honda City, and you can buy the EHEV ZX variant for rupees 24.39 lakh on road Delhi. Now, obviously, this also comes with the 1.5 liter Atkinson cycle strong hybrid petrol engine that also has a lithium battery and a different motor to drive it. And the combined output that this delivers is about 124 bhp and 253 Nm of peak torque. Well, the power and the torque figures are definitely good in this, and obviously the City is a very well-known sedan in the market for handling, for comfort, for space, for everything. And obviously the strong hybrid variant makes a little more sense because yes, you get very good mileage for it, and we'll be discussing about that. So if we talk about the engine, we'll give it an 8.5 out of 10 because yeah, the figures are definitely nice. Now, if we talk about the mileage of the City, the company claims about 27.13 kilometers. That's the ARAI claimed mileage, and yes, you can get up to that, and obviously within city also we have gotten about say 19 to 20 kilometers in stop and go traffic just because of the hybrid setup, and we're going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 because of that. Now, if we come to the feature list of the City, it gets an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system. You get wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, plus you have a 7-inch digital instrument cluster that again gives you a lot of information about the car. You have automatic climate control, you have rear AC vents, you have wireless phone charging. Apart from that, you have connected car technology, a push button start, cruise control, ADAS, that is called as Honda Sensing. That's the level 2 ADAS that you get in this car. And you obviously have an electric sunroof and rear parking camera. And because the feature list is slightly long, we're going to give it a 7 out of 10. Now, let's come to the safety of the Honda City. You get ABS with EBD, you get vehicle stability, you have hill hold assist, you have ISOFIX mount, and you also have TPMS, that's your tire pressure monitoring system. And because the list is long, we are going to give it an 8 out of 10. Now, let's come to car number 4, which is an MPV, and it is a very well-known car in the industry, which is the Toyota Innova Hycross GX variant. And you can buy this for 32.08 lakh on road Delhi. Now, we all know that the Toyota badge is a legendary badge, and yes, now it is available in a naturally aspirated or like a non-hybrid version, and you also get a hybrid version. So this is the hybrid version that we are going to talk about. So now if we talk about the engine of the Hycross, it gets a 2-liter naturally aspirated petrol engine, and it delivers 186 bhp of power and 205 Nm of peak torque. And because the power and torque figures are the most of this, we are going to give it a 9 out of 10, because yes, this car is definitely slightly powerful. Though its size is big, it definitely pulls when you give acceleration. Now, if we talk about the mileage of this, now the company claims about 16.13 kilometers to a liter. That's a ARAI claimed mileage. And yes, we have driven the car. You can get up to like 14 to 15 in the city, and a little more than that we have also experienced on the highway. So we're going to give it a 7 out of 10, because yes, it is a big car and you have to keep a light foot to get the maximum amount of mileage from it. Now, if you talk about the feature list, now the Toyota Hycross gets an 8-inch infotainment system that has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Apart from that, you have automatic climate control, rear AC vents, a push button start. You also have cruise control, reverse camera, steering mounted controls that makes your life easier, and you also get all LED lighting setup. And we are going to give it an 8 out of 10 because of this. Now, let's come to the safety of the Hycross. So it gets 6 airbags as standard. You get ABS with EBD. You get vehicle stability program. You have hill hold assist. You have ISOFIX child seat mounts. You have a rear parking sensors and a reverse parking camera. And since the list is long, we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, let's come to car number 5, which is again a rebadged version of the Toyota Innova, which is the Maruti Suzuki Invicto. And you can get the Zeta Plus 7-seater variant for rupees 29.16 lakh on road Delhi. Now, engine-wise, it obviously remains the same as the Toyota Innova Hycross. It gets a 2-liter strong hybrid petrol engine that delivers about 186 bhp of power and 205 Nm of peak torque. And we're going to give it the same rating, that is the 9 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the mileage, now here Maruti claims a mileage of 23.24 kilometers to a liter. So, I mean, yeah, we have definitely gotten a little more mileage in the Invicto. Somehow, I don't know why, because both the engines remain the same. However, this one gives slightly more mileage. So, we're going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the features, now this one, the Maruti Invicto, gets a 10.1-inch touchscreen infotainment system that is bigger than the Hycross. You get wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You have automatic dual zone climate control. You have connected car technology, a push button start, wireless phone charging, and you also have a power driver's seat. Along with that, you have reverse camera and an LED lighting setup. And yes, you get 17-inch alloys with this. So yes, the feature list is slightly different, and we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, if we come to the safety of the Invicto, obviously most of the things remain the same. You have 6 airbags as standard. You have ABS with EBD. You have electronic stability program, hill hold assist, tire pressure monitoring system, and you have ISOFIX child seat mounts. You have a front and rear parking sensors along with parking camera. And yes, we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, for bonus, I'm going to add this car, but yes, this car is slightly limited and we will make a separate video of this. You also have the all-new Honda ZR-V strong hybrid in the market that recently launched in India for around 48 lakh rupees ex-showroom in the Indian market. And yes, it is slightly on the expensive side. It's a CBU unit, but we have driven the car and it is a fantastic car to drive. So I'll be making a separate video on the ZR-V. For now, you can pause the screen and take a look at the ratings over here that we have given. And yes, if you like the video, do give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm probably signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.